economics, because I think that's often a forgotten aspect of civil rights, is that many of the motivations for the struggle were economic reasons. So I wanted to incorporate that into the lesson. The focus question is, what is the relationship between the U.S. economic system and civil rights efforts in the 20th century? My teaching points are economic justice was a major goal of the civil rights efforts. Efforts by civil rights activists were often motivated by workers' rights issues, and civil rights is a basic part of, economic teachings and principles. And also, to kind of draw a modern connection, there's still a lot of worker rights issues that are going on, and I want to frame the discussion in the context, like you said, is that there's no such thing as a civil rights movement. It's like a struggle that is an ongoing thing. The why is, obviously, I want my students to be aware of previous and current worker rights struggles, and just to know that they have to be aware to encourage civic participation to kind of improve the things that are going on.
Because like when we think about
skip ahead. The introductory activity would be a slideshow and some sound bites of what different people feel about worker rights issues throughout the 20th century. They will have a graphic organizer that would allow them to answer questions, but also list their feelings and ask some questions that might come up. A lot of times, students are kind of shocked and awed by some of the things that we know were going on in our day. They just kind of take for granted. So I would take the opportunity to go back and explain anything in the slideshow, and that would lead me into like the mini lesson where I give them their key terms, talk about significant people in workers' rights, like A. Philip Randolph and other people. And then as far as differentiation, as I set up the lesson, it would include like visual, text, video, and just also take into account that students are on different levels from the lowest to the highest. So there will be varying degrees of difficulty of work. And just, being familiar with my students, I wouldn't call on someone to answer a higher level question, that may not be capable of it. So for the independent practice, what I would do is break them off into groups of 4, and I would each give them a scenario related to workers' rights, and then they would have to kind of debate the rights and answer some pre-populated questions.